All right. Oh, wait, no, I need this one open. Okay, we're good. So, you currently, Mr. Castle,
Yes.
are heavily wounded.
Oh.
You don't know exactly how it happened, but you are currently on the side of the road. Your armor is shredded. Completely, almost. Now, not to the sense where it can't be repaired.
Right.
But the last thing you remember is fighting a wizard who grabbed a red shard.
Yeah.
And you saw a flash of red. And you were looking up into the sky as your vision fades.
I was the fucking court wizard the entire time, but nobody wanted to listen to me. Oh, I remember.
Your vision fades, and you pass the fuck out.
Oh.
And you are now refacing an old memory as a dream. And in this dream, as it's going on, you don't have the current recollection of what is currently going on. So as far as you're aware, this is where you are now.
Okay, so I am reliving something.
You are reliving something right now. Alright, so... Oh, I can open the map now. And you should also see all the tokens up in the northern side of it.
I do.
Castle, you are here coming to this town called Terramar. And you're coming here with your group of paladins, as you are currently one as well. You're coming here with a group of paladins because you've heard rumors of this town being attacked by monsters and stuff like that. So you're coming here to help cleanse, as it were, and gather information about what you need to do and so on and so forth. And you have just arrived with your elder, the elder of your group, and 3 other cohorts, as it were. Paladin Reese, he is a human paladin. Paladin Korsh is actually an orcish paladin. And Paladin Niall, he is elven. And then, of course, you have Elder Julius, who you can't see it because the token's kind of small, but he actually has a little bird on his shoulder.
I zoomed in on the map.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yes.
Can you really see? Oh, yeah, I guess you can see. Damn, you can
zoom
in a lot.
Yeah.
He got a little bird. It's actually like a baby griffin.
I was saying, it definitely has that look to it.
Mm-hmm. So he has a baby griffin, like, pet. But you have just arrived here, and he turns around to address you guys. He's like, all right, fellas, so we don't know exactly what's going on here. I've heard about kobolds, I've heard about gnolls, just monsters in general coming from the woods to attack these people, so go around, gather some information, see if we can't figure out what's going on. I'll start here, which is the mayor's house, as it were. I'd like the rest of you to go around the village and talk to the locals, see what you can figure out.
You didn't move any tokens, right?
Nope.
Okay, because when you said here, I expected something to move.
Oh,
nothing
sorry. Here.
Okay, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure my shit wasn't lagging.
I always forget you're not watching my screen, so you can't see my mouse. I need to remember to use this thing.
Oh, there you go.
That's super helpful, actually.
Yes.
Or this one. Boop.
Oh, Jesus.
That's violent.
It's a blast radius.
Yeah, you already experienced that, though. Anyway. So, Elder Julius goes ahead and goes over here and starts talking to the mayor and whatnot. Okay. So, the rest of you are here kind of just discussing what you're going to do, as it were. Reese just says, well, I'm going to go look for the women. And it's very clear that he's being kind of a smug asshole about it, but you all know him to be kind of a...
The smug asshole.
Yeah, a smug asshole, yes.
I'm just going to just fucking shake my head.
Neil's kind of a... How would I put it? He's a bit of a smarmy kind of bitch. He's just like...
Fancy, uppy.
Definitely thinks he's better than the rest of you kind of person. And he's like, whatever you say, Reese, you're going to get rejected by all of them anyway. And the course is just like... and then walks off.
I will also kind of follow that course of action. I'm just gonna wave off Reese and leave Neil to his own devices.
You can move your own token.
And right, yeah. And I'm gonna since course seems to be going toward the center, and Julius has the mayor's house, I'm gonna kind of approach this building.
Reese goes over to this one, and y'all goes down
Quick
to
question.
this one. Okay.
Has anybody selected colors for their rings?
I don't think so.
In the campaign? Blue's mine.
I think so. I figured blue was going to be yours anyway. I think Luna was purple when she did her one shot, if I recall, but I'd have to double check that. But that sounds right with her, so.
Yeah. All right, yeah, so yeah, I will approach this house. Do I see anything, or would you...
So, outside the house, there is a woman. She's just, standard villager clothes. She's just kind of doing some laundry and wringing some clothes out and whatnot. So, she seems to be by herself.
Okay. I will kind of like gently announce my presence and approach, but keep my distance so I don't really spook her. Excuse me, ma'am. Do you have a moment to ask her some questions?
She turns her face. She's like, then she kind of eyes you up and down because they don't really see like paladins and their armor and all that very often. She's like, oh my, hello. And then she just kind of puts her clothes down. She's like, what can I help you with?
Me and my fellow paladins are here because we've heard rumors of attacks, and we're kind of gathering some intel at the moment, trying to figure out exactly what you've all been facing and try to find a way we can help.
And she immediately is like, oh, yes, the attack's been pretty bad. My husband went with a few others to go look for, I think they were kobolds, is what they said.
Okay.
They went west into the woods to see if they could find their den. That was 2 days ago, so...
How many did you say went?
About 5. My husband and 4 others, give or take.
Do you know if they, what kind of gear they were running with? Do they have proper fighting materials, like any actual protective armor?
I'm not sure about armor, but they did have swords. And I think a couple of shields that we had made here. They're wooden and metal, but they're not the best.
I understand. You said 2 days ago. Nothing since. No.
But them being gone for an extended period of time isn't unusual. They go hunting for days on end, often. So
that's understandable, but hunting trips and going to fight kobolds are slightly two different things.
Yes, and I am actually quite worried since they're doing something so dangerous, as it were. But I have to stay here and watch over my son, so...
Understandable. Okay, well, I don't want to worry you or bother you too much. Is there anybody else in town that you that I might learn from or get some information from? Anybody else I could talk to?
Mostly the mayor, because everyone runs everything by him around these parts, since it's such a small village. If we're doing anything big, they usually go to him.
Okay, understandable. All right, well, thank you for your time. If I find anything out, if we can do anything, I will let you know. I'll let you get back to your chores.
Okay, and as she says thank you, kind of bows and goes back to doing what she's doing, you realize that Korsh is standing like right behind you.
Fuck!
He's just like, so... I found out that they gone to the western woods.
Yes, they sure did, buddy. And they're going after some kobolds, I hear. And they've been gone, I do believe she said 2 days now.
Villagers in their need to defend themselves.
I mean, what else are they supposed to do? Lay down and die? I mean, come on.
Well, defending themselves is one thing, but going out and looking for it's another.
I kind of admire that sense of courage to go out and meet your foe in battle and not, wait to be slaughtered in your bed.
He just kind of nods like, I agree, that's a good point. But they also told me to go to the mayor, so perhaps we should just go to Julius.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So he heads that way, and he all kind of follows up behind you guys, and he's like, they're being very mean to me for some reason. I don't like them.
Well, I can't understand why.
And then Reese comes up, and he's got a big hand mark on his cheek.
That tracks.
That one was married.
One day, Reese, we're going to find you in pieces.
Find me a woman that can do that, and it might be okay.
What heard of a big muscly tiefling woman?
Even better.
Heard she's a real hothead.
All right, campaign's over. We're done.
Oh shit!
And he's like, sounds like my kind of woman. At this point, you're like, right. He doesn't really discriminate. He's just kind of a...
He's a hound.
Yeah, he's just kind of a hound, yeah.
He's a dog.
Anyway, Julius walks out of the mayor's place, and he's like, yeah, so a few of them went hunting west, from what I'm hearing. I'm assuming you heard something similar then?
That tracks. Yeah, spoke to a woman house down. That her husband and a group of 4 others, because I think she said there was 5 total.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, her husband and a group of 4 others armed themselves with what swords and shields they could kind of muster, and went out to meet the kobolds.
All right, then. That means we should probably go look for them. I think what I'll do here, in case the kobolds come back, is I'll stay here myself and send the 4 of you out there to look for them. And then he kind of like gestures to the bird, and he like taps his foot, and then points at Korsh, and the bird jumps onto his shoulder instead.
Oh.
He's like, if anything happens, send him back to me. That if you need my help or anything.
Well, I'll keep that in mind.
He's like, all right, then off with you. And then he goes back into the mayor's office.
Could I do like a quick sweep around the village to kind of get an idea of exactly how like vicious the kobold attack was or have been?
I was actually going to say, Niall was actually going to suggest something very similar. He wants to take a bit more look around, like down here and whatnot. So,
all right. Well, I guess I'll kind of just wander to the center here,
all right,
so
go
I
ahead
can
and
kind of see.
Go ahead and roll me a perception check. Also, a good chance to see if the dice is working. All right, so you walk up to like their little marketplace, and you're like, "Yep, that's a marketplace."
It sure is, buddy.
They got some stuff and some things.
Well, since I can see it's a marketplace, can I investigate the marketplace?
Go for it. Roll an investigation. He's like, huh? Market. Anyway. So you're looking around, you're actually investigating now, and you notice that as of right now, there's nobody manning these things. Okay. So you assume that because of this, that the shopkeepers, or market keepers as it were, went with the husband. Okay. So, but as you can tell, the market seems relatively untouched. It doesn't seem like they went after this stuff. But you do see, like, a little bit further away, like near the house, you do see some claw marks on the houses and stuff. Like they were actually like trying to get in. Successful or not, it's debatable. Mm-hmm. But they definitely tried. And Reese is over here sniffing wood.
The complete opposite of what I thought he'd be doing.
Yep.
All right.
Cork kind of is just like shadowing you a little bit. He's not like on you, but he's just kind of following you to see if you have anything that needs, insight and whatnot.
Yeah.
But you do see claw marks, particularly on this building near the door.
Use your pointer.
Right.
Okay. I guess I'll go down there and check out the actual building then itself. The building itself.
Okay. What the fuck was it doing that? Oh, I need to hit pan. Okay. So you go into the house. Do you actually go in?
I was actually gonna look around the exterior first to see if I see anything more than claw marks.
So near the windows you do see claw marks near them as well. Actually, like they were definitely trying to get in the house. And one of the windows is broken, but it wasn't. It's more like it's like a 4-pane window, and the broken piece was only like a small square, so it wasn't enough for something to get in.
Okay. Well, with that, is the door to the house open or closed?
It's closed.
I'll knock on the door.
You knock on the door to no response.
Hello, is anybody inside? And then I kind of knock again.
You don't hear any response whatsoever. At this point, you can safely assume that this is one of the people that left.
Okay. Well, not wanting to burgle or
burgle,
be accused of such by anybody else, I'm just gonna walk away from the door.
All right, which way are you going?
pointer. Is this like a hill right here, like a drop?
Yes.
All right. I would walk to the top. Assuming I can walk around this way.
Yep.
Walk to the top and try to get a good view, and kind of scope out this area.
Okay. So for the most part, out here, you can actually see that this house was absolutely broken into.
Okay.
Doors busted. There's claw marks all over it, and you can see the wood around it's actually been kind of shredded. The rest of these ones over here, from where you're standing, don't look like anything happened to them.
Okay. It's gonna kind of note to myself, like, the one house is utterly destroyed. The one next to me has some scratch marks, but those don't have like anything. Like they didn't no interest. So I'm gonna kind of formulating ideas in my head, like maybe the one that's completely busted into, maybe somebody unfortunately ran in there and they all kind of mobbed after that one person, or maybe there was something that was like storage. You know what? Can I go down the hill and investigate the?
Okay. The hill's not so steep that you need to roll anything for it. So.
All right. So sweet.
Sweet.
And yeah, I'll investigate the.
All right. Roll me an investigation.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Youch.
All right. So you come in here, and the place has been trashed. There's boxes that very clearly had stuff in them, but you're not sure. They're not like massive boxes. I'd say the size of like maybe like enough to keep. I'd say like a few swords in.
Okay.
So, but there's several of them. So I'd say about 12. So they were definitely storing stuff in here, and there's no beds or any like furniture like that. So this was clearly a storage building
or house. Okay. Just take a few seconds or whatever to walk through the entirety of the building and just look to see what I can see.
Okay. Give me another investigation.
I can't see what I rolled that time. Oh my god, my roll is shite.
All right, so you're walking near the back, and one of the boxes on the floor, you notice that it is not level like the rest of them are.
Like the box.
Yeah, this one's actually on the floor.
Level.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you the way it looks, on one side it looks like it's lifted slightly, which means that for some reason there's a downward angle on this floorboard here.
Okay, can I investigate the area around it just in case they, so, like, I don't know, some kind of mechanism for a trap or alarm? I don't want to trigger anything if this was...
Give me a survival check.
Oh, no. That's a +0.
Oh, no! Okay. So, you're checking it for, like, traps and stuff then, yeah? Okay, so yeah, survival check would have been it then. There's no traps. This is actually a trap door.
Oh. Okay, I would gently move the box off said trap door and attempt to open it.
Okay. So you do so, and it opens with ease. There's no, like, weird shenanigans with it. But there is a small box, maybe about the size, maybe, like, roughly this big. It's pretty small.
Okay.
And it has like the indentation, like some kind of maybe necklace or amulet was there, and it is not there, so it was clearly stolen.
Gonna talk out loud to myself. It's like kobolds attack a town, ransack this building, apparently steal some kind of piece of jewelry, but then shut the door and put a box on it again. I'm just gonna note to myself that's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Can I do like one more investigation in that trapdoor, just to, like, this, if there's even anything there, like besides the box?
Don't need to roll anything.
Any signs?
You can feel around, and that this trapdoor was clearly meant to hide that, and that's about it. So there's nothing else in there. Like, it's not even that deep.
Okay. Alright, well, I'm gonna shut that door and to my best put the box back on there the way it was when I found it.
Okay.
I don't know if that would be a roll for anything.
Nah.
Alright, so I just gotta do that and...
Just That's a pretty
yeah,
basic action. I don't think you need to roll for that.
Right. Well, I guess I only asked because I was trying to do something very specific.
Uh-huh. The way I see it is super basic stuff like that. Kind of unnecessary.
Okay. All right. Okay. And then okay, so after that, I'll exit the ransacked building.
All right, and
Nothing of interest in those.
No.
So yeah.
As
I was
you're
gonna.
leaving,
Yep.
you do notice Korsh coming out of the building you refuse to go into.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of just ponder up that way. Be like, hey, somebody home or?
No, the mayor came over and let me in.
Oh, okay.
And we were right. This was one of the people that went to go look. That's why he let me in.
Okay. Yeah, I found the building down there was completely ransacked. That thing is trashed. And, I mean, you can see pieces of it literally everywhere.
Okay. Roll me a perception.
Another +0. I ain't got shit.
Alright. Carry on.
So, yeah, I'm just gonna be like, that's really all that is down there.
Alright then. Well, I suppose maybe we start heading west then into the forest and start looking.
Sounds like a good idea.
Neil also comes up from these two houses. He says that he found track marks, but other than that, nothing was taken or broken into.
I'm gonna be like, Neil, you got dirt in your boots.
What? And he looks down, and
there's no dirt.
There's no dirt. And he's like, bitch. And then Reese comes over here. Reese comes over here out of nowhere, and he's like, I found some weed.
I'm going to pretend like he didn't roll up on us. I'm like, we should go find Reese before he fucks the pigs.
And he's just over there like,
oh, hey.
Korsh
I didn't see you there.
Korsh just like a kind of like a Seth Rogen giggle, and then starts leaving. Neal's just like, and he would too. That's the problem.
God.
Reese is like, I ain't fucking no pigs. You're the pig, so fuck you. Wait a minute. And then he realizes how stupid he sounds, and he just shuts up.
Huh. All right, let's go head west and make sure we can, find this group of missing villagers before it's too late.
All right. So you guys start heading westward into the woods. And you travel. I'm not going to go to the next map just yet because you're traveling at the moment.
Okay, fine.
So you're traveling a little bit, and as of right now, I'd say you've been traveling for about an hour, and you've been following tracks of footsteps mostly, which the bird has actually been helping with this. He's been kind of flying around, kind of guiding you a little bit.
Okay.
And you come into an area where you find tracks of people's foot tracks going one direction, but you find kobold foot tracks going another direction.
Huh. Okay.
All of these tracks were initially coming from the direction of the village, and they were coupled together. And the kobold tracks were clearly older, like they were there first, and then the people followed after.
That would make sense.
But they split off for some reason.
That I'm gonna be like a very well-known audible well, that just doesn't track.
Neil's like, that is strange. Yes.
I'm assuming that one set is the villagers, and the other set are obviously kobold, but they're going in very two different directions. The kobolds are definitely older, so they should have seen those and followed those, but we're still here at this crossroads.
Roll me a perception.
Why are you making me roll the shit with nothing? Goddamn.
All right. So anyway, as you're moving along, and you do notice that they're splitting off, and when they split off, the people's footsteps are generally closer together, where the kobolds kind of fanned out. But they still stayed in separate directions. So
right.
Korsh is looking at both and is like, I mean, we're here mostly looking for the people, but we do also need to do something about the kobolds. So what's the play here? Reese is just pondering. Y'all's also kind of pondering. They're like, What do you think, Castle?
Well, Reese is a people pleaser, or wants to be pleased by people. I don't know.
Both.
But he'd probably be, oh my. He's probably going to be better at finding people than kobolds, unless, he's that desperate. So I say me and Reese go to find the people, and of course, and now you guys can go smash some kobold brains.
Sounds good to me. And then Neil's like, of course you do, you barbarian. Or of course it does, you barbarian. And they're like, okay though, I suppose.
I'm like, hey, listen, that is a art I can respect, and I'm just gonna tap him on the shoulder.
And he's just like, her. Neil's just like, whatever. Also, weaponry, Reese has a great sword. Cord has a great axe, and Neil's got like a rapier.
And I have a hammer.
And you have a hammer.
Excellent. Of course, the swamp bitch would have a rapier. Jesus.
All right, so you guys go your separate ways. They start following the kobolds. You start following the footsteps. Roll me. Hold on a second, actually. I'm going to open your character sheet real quick.
Oh, okay.
Because I also want to be able to look at the skills, because that way I'm always like... All right, yeah, no, I was right. Roll me in nature.
Nature! I don't know what I got. Yes, sir.
Ooh!
My highest roll yet.
All right, so you're following the footsteps down the path, and you noticed that as you're passing a little subset of trees, you see what looks like kobold scratches on the tree, but these aren't like attack scratches. It seems kind of deliberate.
Kind of like they were just walking by and dragged the nails or something.
Sort of, yeah, but it also almost seems like they did it as like a marker.
Okay.
Which, and you know that for kobolds they're not stupid by any means, but they don't tend to like do
that seems
stuff
a little
like
too
that.
Organized for a kobold.
Mm-hmm. But other than that, claw marks, the way it looks is accurate to what a kobold mark would look.
Right. Reese, have you ever seen kobolds mark territory like that?
I can't say that I have. It's very strange for sure. And he's looking at it and he's like, I see what you mean, because it does look like they've just... And it's only this one tree.
And it's not like it's like they were swinging at something with like attack or malicious intent. This is just a scratch, like a literal scratch.
And he's... Actually, I want to roll something for him real quick. Oh, he ain't seen shit. Okay, so... So he starts kind of like looking around a little bit, but he's not seeing anything else that would like guide them anywhere. Roll me another perception.
Yes, sir!
Oh, okay, perfect. So, you notice two things.
No modifier on that, bitch. Anyway.
First of all, you notice two things. The first thing you notice is that the scratch near the, I guess I would say the end of it where it would have occurred, you notice that there's an arrow on one of the tips, and it was very subtle. So you follow the arrow where it's pointing, and you see another tree with more marks on it. And you also notice that Reese has something like in his pocket. You can't tell what it is, but it looks like it'd be like a gem or something.
Okay.
Which is weird because you definitely didn't see it there before.
So I don't want to be like nosy, but like, so is he positioned? So how are we positioned?
He's in front of you, looking at the tree, facing the other way, so his back is to you.
So
and it's in like his side pocket.
Right. I want to kind of motion myself like I'm investigating the tree closer, but kind of look at what he's got in his pocket.
Okay. Give me a stealth check.
So is this gonna get it for me automatically?
The disadvantage?
Yeah, because it's marked for disadvantage.
I think it will.
Oh, shite. Well, that was only one.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
All right. Roll it again.
Oh, that was almost a nat one. I mean, I've already much better.
So, you kind of start to get a little bit of a closer look. He doesn't do anything particularly weird, but you do notice that he noticed you getting all close and he got up to get away from you.
So, as he does that, can I kind of just put my hand on the tree and point out, like, the arrow on the tree?
Absolutely.
To kind of make it look like I was never intentionally going for him.
Give me a performance check.
Like, motherfucker.
He's like, you motherfucker. Okay.
That was almost a nat 20.
That's hilarious, but it's enough. He believes you.
Okay. Reese, do you see these arrows at the end of the scratches?
He gets closer to it and he's like, then he looks at the direction and he also sees the other mark. He's like, I think we should follow those.
I agree. And I'm gonna motion ahead and kind of keep my pace so I'm just a little behind him, just in case just in case another like opportunity presents itself for me to get a look at what he has.
Okay, so you guys are going along and you're following, and you realize there's definitely a section into the woods where these arrows are leading. So you now get into the woods, and you actually see Korsh and Niall kind of coming in the same direction as you.
Huh. Fancy meeting you fellas here.
And Niall actually points at a tree and it has the same markers.
I'm gonna point at the tree on my side and be like, I was following those.
Well, that's just strange. Why would they split off and then come back in? Also, I can change to the new map now. So yeah, you meet in like this funnel right here.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna kind of. Can I do like a 360 to look around to see if these arrows from their end and my end kind of point anywhere in unison?
Give me a perception with advantage since you're looking for something very specific.
You just be nice to me because I got shit.
That's why I give you advantage.
Yes, sir!
Oh, that's a nat 20, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
All right. One sec. I need to do something. I thought it was ready, but I did forget one thing.
All good.
Where did it go? I just had it.
Oh no. Bad DM is the bad.
I know. It's a good thing I'm getting all my shit out of the way now, though. No, advertisement, go away. Have ad blocker for a reason. Where did you fucking go? Oh my god, I'm gonna lose.
Where are you?
I'm so sorry. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Oh, there it is.
Nope, that wasn't it either. It went, why are you doing this to me? Okay, I found it.
Are you sure this time?
Yep, I'm sure this time. Okay. So you are doing like a full 360 scan. And you notice that to your right, to your left, and in front of you, there are kobolds hiding in the grass. This is an ambush. So, let's see. Was it Shift H? Okay. Yeah, you're basically surrounded.
Do I have a chance to say anything before the ambush commences?
Because of that nat 20, yes.
Has anybody else noticed?
No, but you have enough time to say something to them, so.
All right, I'm going to look at Korsh and be like, get that axe ready. We have company.
He's like, huh? And then as he's looking around, they notice. So with that nat 20, you are now getting initiative with advantage.
Yes, sir. Do I have initiative bonus on here? No, I don't think I did. Nope, I'm remembering things from the gunslinger class.
Oh.
Good lord, initiative. You said I have advantage on it?
Yeah.
Is it okay?
Okay. Now let me roll theirs real quick. They also are going to roll with advantage because you're call out. Okay, damn. Damn. Okay, his wasn't as good.
And oh.
All right. So you see your stuff all at the top, right?
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of kobolds. All right, so Korsh is going to go first, and
Okay.
he's actually got some throwing stuff. So he's going to throw a javelin at A.
Okay.
What the fuck was his bonus again? Hold on, I had it somewhere.
I don't know.
No, you should have. Oh, that was in that 20. Okay, I thought that was a 2. Okay, so he nat 20'd him. Alright, I don't feel like rolling. Nat 20's crit, so that would be double damage, right?
Yes.
Okay. Damn.
Oh,
Damn. Because he's supposed to
Damn,
roll.
Daniel.
He's supposed to roll 2d6 for that.
Mhm.
So that kobold's dead. he
Rip,
just
my
speared that
guy.
bitch right in the head, and then he's gonna make some movement up here, and that's
Okay.
the end of his turn. Neil doesn't have anything to throw, so he's gonna whip out his rapier and go yeah, and try to hit this
Jesus.
dude. And he sounds like
So
a nerd.
flamboyant.
He sounds like a
So
fucking
flamboyant. I just imagine Otacon running at somebody with a stick.
nerd. And that is a miss. So he misses, and he tries to back up, but Kobold H gets attack of opportunity. That is a hit. What's your thing? Oh, I know that. No, I forgot I could totally just roll their shit here. So he does.
Oh, yeah.
He does 6 damage to him. Okay. It is now your turn.
Yay! Alright, so,
So just for preference, G and A or G and E are elevated,
right, I was gonna say, how elevated is E?
about 10 feet each.
5, 10, 15. Could I 20?
You can
Is
get
it
up,
possible-
but you can get up that one step, but it'll be the rest of your movement.
Right, I just want to get next to him.
Yeah,
Is
you
that-
can do that.
can I- okay.
You can do that.
Sorry, so I'm gonna hop up there and whip out my hammer, which I am currently wielding with 2 hands,
Right.
and swing. Eesh.
That is a miss.
That is a solid miss.
Got any bonus actions?
Oh, that's what I'm gonna look at. Yeah, shit. You know what? I should have done that the first. There's an ant on my screen. Came out of fucking nowhere. I'm on the 2nd floor of a house. What the fuck? Anyway. I agree. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to use Channel Divinity Vow of Enmity, which is basically Hunter's Mark.
Oh, okay.
You can choose a creature you can see within 10 feet, and you gain advantage on attack rolls against it for 1 minute, or until the HP drops to 0 or falls unconscious. So it's basically Hunter's Mark.
Okay.
But it's my bonus action, so it doesn't take a slot.
Okay. Cool. That's helpful.
And that's all.
All right. Kobold B, where are you at? Which one's it? Which one's B? Is it this one? Kobold B's gonna go bark, 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 bark. No, not advantage. There we go. Damn! These dudes are fucking smacking.
Mackin'.
And he did 5 damage to Korsh. C's gonna also. C's actually gonna flank, so he's gonna get advantage.
Jesus Christ.
Korsh is getting bit in the ass and the face. So
And somehow I still see him be like, oh.
Kinda, yeah. He's like,
He's Ed from Ed, Edd and Eddie being bitten by like piranhas, and he's just laughing.
And D is actually gonna come around and go after Neil.
Neil.
I didn't mean to roll damage. That was a misclick. Because that one missed.
Oof.
He misses Neil. Neil doesn't do any damage or anything, but Neil backhands him.
How dare!
Bitch.
And the kobold's offended. Oh.
All right, Reese actually has a crossbow as well.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So he's gonna try to shoot G. Yeah, that's a hit. And for damage, I'll just roll with the dice here. Oh, that was supposed to be 1d6. So he hit for 3. Kobold G takes 3 damage. And then he's gonna look at you and be like, "You okay up there, Castle?"
Oh, I'm fine.
As he grips his hammer tightly.
Trying not to be angry that he missed.
No, he didn't miss. He just didn't.
No,
Oh,
I missed.
no, you mean that you missed? Gotcha.
I missed.
Okay, E is going to whip out his sword and try to hit you.
It's tiny.
What's your AC?
La 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 la. My AC is 16.
Oh, he barely hit you too. All right. So you take 5 damage,
Oh.
and that's all he does. F is also going to flank Neol. And at this point, I mean, you kind of already can tell, but they're definitely trying to use their pack tactics. Oh my god!
These eyes.
All right, Neil took 6, and he is also getting bit in the face and the ass. He's not enjoying it as much as Korsh was. And I think it's 2 more. Okay, yeah. G is gonna shoot at Reese. Wait, why am I rolling that? That is a miss. He goes, "Arr!" And then H also flanking Neol.
Meow.
Neol. That's a miss. Okay. Neil's like, he actually kind of like backs off of that one while he's like getting his leg and his arm gnawed on. He's like, "They're like dogs. I hate them."
Jesus.
Okay. Korsh actually is going to take his great axe and do a spinning AoE. That's
Helicopter.
And his helicopter ain't gonna do shit.
No.
He's gonna go. They just duck. And he's like,
They're short, and he just goes over them.
he's like, eh.
Yeah.
Neil's like, "I hate this," and he tries to do a 2 times multi-attack with his rapier on D. So, first one is a nat 1. He pokes at the one in the front, and it takes a bite out of his arm, stopping his second attack. It doesn't do any damage, but it stops the second one.
Yeah.
Castle.
Jesus.
Korsh and y'all, they're screwing the pooch right now.
I'm just gonna be like, "Are you guys all right?" Like,
Korsh is like, "No!"
all right. Well, I'm gonna take a swing at Mr. E again. I rolled for damage. Ignore that.
Okay.
God damn it!
Yikes.
I swing and I miss, and I'm just gonna scream, "I hate you!"
And he's like, "Ah!"
Why can't you be normal? Screams and autism.
All right, I'm just gonna roll.
Oh.
I'm just gonna roll all 3 of these since they're all gonna do the same thing. B.
I wasn't
C.
done yet.
Oh, you're not done yet?
No.
Good, because I'm not gonna count that roll then. Look at that shit.
That's disgusting.
Sorry, I forgot. I thought you were done.
Let's see. No, you're all good. You're good. That's other. That's interesting. I really probably have nothing, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah, nah.
No. All right.
Nope.
Well, in that case, I am counting that roll. So I'm just gonna roll damage for all three, or roll hit for all three of them real quick.
Yeah.
So B hits Korsh for 3 damage.
You know what's sad? I have a +4 to hit.
That is sad. And D is, where's D at? D is gonna take another bite at Neal and do 3 damage. So not too bad, not too bad, but they're like.
I think this is more of an annoyance.
Reese is actually gonna run up here and flank C to try and get him off of Korsh.
There you go.
Oh, their sheets aren't real because I just made copies to.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm using their fake bonuses that I gave them with this. Well, you know what I mean.
They're fake bonuses.
They're fake bonuses. However, that's a fucking miss. Oh wait, no, he has advantage.
Advantage.
Okay, so that's actually a hit. All right, good. Now let me roll his damage. With his great sword is actually a D8. There should be a +3 to that though, so that's actually 5 damage. C takes 5, and it ain't looking too good. And he also. Oh wait, no, it's not him that has that. Never mind. Okay, so E, F, G, and H are all gonna roll their attacks.
Sweet mother of God.
E misses.
Ah!
Wait, what's their AC? Nope, that.
I'm 16.
You're 16. Theirs are each 15, so that misses. It says 12 on the thing here, but that's not what their AC actually is.
Did you mean to roll E twice?
Yeah, I'm just using the same sheet because they all do the same thing.
Okay, yeah, they're all clones.
Yeah. That one hits, so wait, that would be the third one. E, F, G. G. Oh, G's taking a shot then. The bonus is the same though. He would actually take a shot at you. And I need to roll his damage. Takes 6 damage. Ouch.
And I would like to use my reaction.
Okay.
I need 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage. Hellish Rebuke.
Oh, hell yeah. Roll your demo, or I think you have to roll hit, right?
Is that an action? I'm trying to find it.
It should be under reactions.
It's under reaction, but it doesn't like. It's not like telling me to roll or anything.
You point your finger. Creature that damage you is momentarily surrounded.
Yeah,
creature must make
I got it.
Oh, it's a dex saving throw. It's a dex 12.
Yep.
Okay.
So I'll wait for you to roll that.
Saving throw. Nope.
Brother.
So it takes the full force. All right. So you shot G, right?
Yep. The motherfucker shot me, so I threw some fire at him.
G is dead. You burned him alive. And then
that's how I feel about that.
H is gonna try to bite Neal, and this one's actually advantage. He bites Neal in the side, and he's like, "I'm tired of getting bit by these dragon dog things." And Korsh is gonna try that little roundhouse thing again. He's like, "Okay, round 2."
Spinning the axe.
Okay, yeah, that's 18. I thought that was a 13. I'm like, no.
Faded dice.
It's because the marks on it kind of overlap with the numbers sometimes.
Oh, okay.
On some of them, so the 13 looked weird. But yeah, no, that hits. All right, let me roll his damage. That should be +3 with that great axe. So
4
B takes 4, and C's dead. So he hit B and cut off C's head like straight, and it just. All right, Neal is a little actually kind of like he's not looking bad in terms of like his damage, but he's getting bit on the arm, the leg, and the side right now. Mm-hmm. So his attack is gonna have disadvantage, and he's not hitting. Not even gonna roll that one again.
Oof.
All right, your turn, Castle.
Question: how big is a kobold?
It's about your size, give or take.
Shit.
Yeah, they're decently
All
sized.
right, I'm just gonna try to bonk him with my hammer again.
How about go bonk?
Fuck yes!
All right, hit that motherfucker.
I thought that was a 1. I was just about to rest my hand on my chin on my hand and be like, I retired from D&D forever.
Well, you bonk him into oblivion, so he's dead.
Good. I'm gonna wind up with a fucking right-handed swing, holding both hands on the hilt, or not the hilt, the handle, and just fucking cave him into the tree. Just plant him.
And he turns into a bloody firework.
So I'm gonna hop down this 10 feet. Do I need to do anything for that?
I think it's just you take 10 feet instead of 5 feet off your movement.
Okay, so 10, 5, 10. What is my movement again?
I think you have 30, yeah. So that'd be about as far as you can go.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Yeah, that was right.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I wanted to double check myself. Let's see. I already used an action. I can't any more bonus. Oh, so my hunter's mark on him. Does that go?
Does it say it does? It's a bonus action, right?
No, that actually. Let's see. Action. It was other. Or no. I was wrong.
Oh,
yeah. It was a bonus action.
Also, you should have been rolling advantage.
Oh shit! I forgot all about that. I'm garbage. I don't get to play often.
That's okay. Well, this is why we do the one-shots. Alright. So is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, that'll be in my turn.
Okay.
Actually, hold on.
Go ahead.
Action, spell. No, it still requires an action. No, never mind, I'm done.
Okay. B is... Oh, whoops, I went to next. Oh, well. B gonna try to hit Korsh. He gonna hit. And he actually hits him with a sword across his side. It doesn't do a lot because it grazes most of the armor, but it did. He
still
hit him.
felt it.
Oh yeah. D is gonna keep biting Neil because he's really enjoying this.
He's hungry.
For fuck's sake. All right, ow, fuck. Neil's like, God damn it, get this motherfucker off of me! And Reese was like, okay, so he runs over here and he tries to do like a lunge at D. Let me roll his hit. That was almost a miss. I rolled a 14. That's what there you see.
He's ice.
Alright, let me roll his damage. 5 plus 2.
Why's my alarm going off? That's weird.
Oh. Alright, so he actually lunges right into this thing's head and kills it.
Oh.
Yeah. Alright.
Jesus.
F and H are still flanking Neil, and you notice that they're still like gnawing on him, but they're looking around to see if they need to do anything, but they don't. So
they are savage creatures. Oh my god.
They did 3 more damage to Neil. Now you're seeing some blood come now.
Oh hey,
they're definitely getting through the armor.
He's actually hurting.
Yep. And he's like, ah! And then F does the same thing. I thought that was a nat 20 for a second.
Same. I was like, oh no.
And then you see blood coming out of the leg now too.
Alert.
Alright.
Jesus.
Korsh's turn. Korsh is going to take a swing at B. That is a 14. That was really close again. Yeah, he's dead. He just he like swipes out and cuts that bunch in half. And the sides just
splat.
Then he's gonna move around Reese and come get right here, and that's all he's gonna do. Neil, finally having his arm free, is going to try and take a multi-strike at H. First one misses. Second one misses. He goes,
this man is not doing well.
No, he's like, I'm having a bad time. Castle, help me.
Okay, oh shit, I was right here?
Yeah.
Right?
Okay. You have plenty of movement to get there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Okay, I want to try, what do I need to do, since I'm behind this feller, to come up behind him, pick him up, and throw him into the other kobold?
I'm gonna say give me a strength check. And I'm gonna roll against it.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, he rolled a 3. Alright, so you come up behind him and you pick him up like borderline suplex position, and you yeet this motherfucker. I want you to roll me a d10.
A D10.
Uh-huh. This will be your damage for the throw.
I must roll the D1, Homan.
I don't remember how the actual works, so I'm just gonna do that for now. So you yeet him into him, and he goes, and then like bounces off of him. They both take 4 damage.
Let's see.
And it also hit the other one off of Niall.
Okay. That was 100% in action, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Shh. Where you? Yeah. That was the end of my turn.
Okay. Alright, Reese is gonna come around here. And he's gonna try to kill F. That's a hit.
What? I was gonna say, would either one, if not both of them, one of them be knocked prone from having somebody thrown into them or being thrown?
I would say the one that got hit would be knocked prone. No, the one that got thrown would probably be knocked prone. That'd make more sense, I think.
Okay.
So F would actually get advantage rolled against him. Well, he still hits him, but nothing special happened. Alright.
Womp womp.
D8. Okay, so this thing's on the ground like, no, mommy, no! And then he just stabs it in the face.
Welp.
And this one, at this point,
And
is
then
like...
there was one.
This one lets go of Niall. Oh, no, here it did. And he puts his weapon down, and he's like, no! I surrender! I surrender!
Good.
So yeah, he done. He gives up.
Excellent. I'm just gonna kind of encircle him here.
Okay. He's just looking around like...
I'm gonna look at Niall and be like, "Are you all right?"
He just kind of looks at you. His hair's a mess. His hair's a mess. He's bleeding a little bit. Oh, oops. Wrong thing. Let's try and turn this on. His hair's a mess. He's bleeding a little bit, but he's standing. He's like, yeah, peachy.
I would like to see, where is that? Actions. Use lay on hands and restore myself by 11 HP.
All right, go ahead.
And then use the remaining 4 on y'all.
Okay.
So my hands would do a subtle light blue glow. So I kind of rest my hand on my cheek like this because I'm mad that I missed so many swings.
I'm angry.
And then I'll fix Neil's hair, and that's how I heal him.
He's like
dust him off.
He's standing there. He's like annoyed, but he's like, okay.
So I'm gonna give the little. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You go ahead. You first.
I was gonna give the kobold like a kick in the back, and ask if he's seen any roaming party of villagers.
He's like thinking, kind of like confused.
Might be a different speaky.
He's like, eh. He
So
knew enough English to say no, I surrender, but that might be about it.
Right. Trying to figure out
it would be draconic.
I don't know if I speak that. I'm trying to figure out, would it be traits?
Maybe.
Nope. Class features?
Oh no, they do speak common. Never mind.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just checked.
So yeah,
they speak common.
So if he doesn't say anything, so I repeat it and give him another kick to the spine.
He's like, leave me alone. Okay, fine. I saw the people. They went to the north, but we didn't touch them or do anything.
Okay, so why'd you attack the village?
We were told to by our captain.
Why? That's such a plain answer. Come on, what were you hoping to get from the village?
We were looking for treasure.
Can I, like, insight his ass?
Go
See
ahead.
if he's...
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh my god, I don't have a bonus for that. Wisdom is not my stat, brother. Help me.
It's enough, though, because the thing's not smart.
Right.
You
right,
can tell he's full of shit.
Okay, so did you follow the people up north? Did anybody follow the people up north?
No, we didn't have any reason to while they were gone. We raided their houses and took the treasure that we wanted.
So you raided while they were gone. I was told they were out here looking for you.
He's looking around like, and he tries to run.
Can I want to trip him up, like just kind of take my hammer to like take the head of the hammer, like hook his like ankles.
I'd say just give me an athletics with advantage. Oh yeah. He takes like 2 steps and you're like, dude. He trips, falls right on his head and breaks his neck. He died.
I'm just gonna be like, Chase.
Korch is just like, wow. I can't say I've ever seen that happen before. It's because he rolled a 19.
I'm just gonna be like, just silent and just utterly flabbergasted that I just witnessed that. Jesus. All right. Well, they said it went north. How much like stake do we want to give that statement?
They all just kind of shrugged to some degree. Of course, like, I mean, we can go look.
All right, fine. But we don't want. Oh wait, no. Maybe we should report back to Julius.
Korch taps the bird, and the bird flies towards the village.
Okay. With the intent of telling them that we're gonna head north.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you guys begin heading north, and it's not very far from where you are. You actually find the villagers just camped out. One of them is wounded from a kobold, but it was only one, they said, and they killed it.
So, well, you guys' tracks kind of followed the kobolds, but then y'all split. Like, I'm sorry if I'm like a little confused.
And one of the villagers, there's like, or one of them comes up, and this is clearly that lady's husband. He's like, "Oh yeah, no, we were going towards the tracks, and then when we hit that split, there was a kobold in the woods telling us to follow it, and we were hunting them, so we followed kind of discreetly, but we followed it." And decided since the tracks were there, we could always just come back and follow them later if we needed to.
Rub my temple.
Mm-hmm.
You're telling me that you put this party together to go get the kobolds that attacked your village, chose not to follow the tracks, instead follow a kobold that said, "Hey, follow me."
More or less. It said it had some of our stuff.
Temple rub.
Yep, the stories aren't tracking, are they?
Can I roll insight on this film?
Yep.
Like,
jeez. Luckily, you don't need a
wisdom is not my thing.
Luckily, it's a little more obvious that it seems like his side of the story actually makes a little bit more sense in terms of timeline. Because he's saying they came after him to look for their stuff, whereas the other kobold that you had was saying they didn't go in there until after they left, which seems weird.
All right, Mr. Villager Man.
Mr. Villager Man.
I'm gonna try to paint a picture. Fill me in when I get something wrong.
Okay.
Did you leave to find the kobolds and then came back and they attacked and you left again? Or did they attack and then you left?
They attacked us first and then we left.
Okay. Dead kobold is wrong.
Or lying.
You are lying. Or then instead of going after the tracks of a group of kobolds, which I'm starting to think is the ones we killed, because they were fanned out and they kind of surrounded us, you chose to follow a single kobold who said he had some of your stuff. Now, why would a kobold attack your village, steal jewelry, whatever, and then tell you he has it?
That's what we were trying to figure out. We don't understand why kobolds even wanted the treasure to begin with. They usually just want food.
All right, so you said you killed him. Did you get information out of him?
Oh, yeah, he was the captain, apparently. And he was... Well, we found him, and he said that the other kobolds went the other way, so we were going to come follow their tracks after dealing with him. He's right over there, and then he points over to the woods, and you see a dead kobold, like...
Bitch.
Bitch. However, roll me a perception.
Can't think I don't need wisdom for that.
All right. You do notice, however, that the kobold that they pointed at has something in its hand, and based on the way it looks like they just killed this thing.
Right, fresh wounds and all that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will walk up and see what this feller has in his hand.
This feller has a diamond in his hand, and it's actually a pretty sizable one.
It's hey, village man.
He's like, oh yeah, that's one of them. That's one of our diamonds.
One of? How many are there?
About 4 of those.
Can I silently to my... So, I remember the thing in Reese's pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Does this... Because I don't know if I actually got a good enough look at it. I did notice there was something. Does this look familiar
Roll
at all?
me an investigation with advantage. Okay. So you look at the diamond, you look back at his pocket, and they definitely look similar.
I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just keep it to myself. He said there was 4 of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Were these like individuals, like separated? Or were they maybe linked together?
They were together in a storehouse, but otherwise separate, yes.
Storehouse, gotcha. All right,
That's when he actually explains that when they attacked, they raided that storehouse, and that's mainly why they were chasing after them.
Gotcha. Not sure. I'll look to the other 4, not looking at Reese per se. But I'll go to Niall and Korish kind of first before I look at Reese or anything. I'll hold the diamond. I'm like, have you seen any other of these? He says there was 4. Kobolds had 1.
Korish and Niall both just go, can't say I have. But we also didn't follow the tracks all the way. We turned off when we saw the trees. So I wonder if we should follow the rest of the tracks and see where they go.
It's not a bad idea. Does Reese react at all?
He doesn't seem to have any reaction whatsoever.
Okay. All right. Well, when I know we all separated when we got to the village and looked around. Reese, did you maybe see anything like this?
Not really, no. I'm guessing they stored all their valuables in that one place.
Fair assessment. Yeah. Only because I don't trust him.
Would you like to roll an insight?
I absolutely would. That was almost a nat 20. Stupid side of my screen blocked me.
You do get the impression that he's definitely lying to you, but you're not sure how to approach it.
Yeah. tracks fairly well.
This
All
this
right,
this is
well,
when Corsh kind of steps in. Perhaps we should go follow the tracks then.
I agree. I would like to go give this diamond back to the man, the
Okay.
village man. But I want to fake drop it into the ground and then scoop it up. But when I do, I want to try to find a sizable rock that may be the same size. Pick it up and be like, oh, it's dirty. I'm sorry. And then like act like I'm cleaning it off, wrap it up in a cloth, but I'm actually wrapping the rock. And I want to give the village man the rock and then kind of pocket the diamond, but kind of give him a reassuring wink that I'm not going to keep it.
Okay.
That's a lot. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. First of all, roll me a sleight of hand and a persuasion.
Sleight of hand. Balls on the dexterity. And then
you fumble the wrapping and the dropping and whatnot a little bit, but you do manage to do it well enough that it seems like, since you're facing the other way, Reese and the all and Corsh, since they're all talking, they didn't even notice.
Okay.
But the villager definitely noticed you, like,
yeah, okay, stop
doing
it up.
this. Yeah.
All right, then persuasion. I don't know what I rolled. Hot damn.
Okay. So the way you give it to him, your facial expression, the wink, the villager kind of like, he looks confused, but then he's like,
okay. So yep, I
very
pocket
clear
the real guy,
understanding.
pocket the guy, the actual diamond, and then give him the cloth covered rock.
Okay.
And then I give Korsh the nod, and let's go back to those tracks.
All right, so you guys go back to the tracks and you follow them. And you follow them to their end, which is a small cave, and it's not a deep cave either. You can already see the back of it.
Okay.
And when you get there, you find several, like, chests that are open and already empty.
Okay.
As if, like, they took the treasure, but it's no longer here.
Right, okay.
So Korsh is looking around, he's like, how did somebody else already come out here and take this?
Well, I mean, if the kobold stashed him here and ran, I mean, it's quite possible they had somebody waiting to empty them and take off with that as well. Can I run an investigation around to see if anything stands out, or it's just a little shallow cave with some chests?
Go ahead and roll me an investigation. Okay, so you're looking around the cave, and first thing you notice is, while the chests are empty, and you can tell there was clearly stuff in them, like they're not dusty or anything like that.
Yeah.
You can also see footprints on the ground that seem a little bit more recent, and they're not the kobolds. They look more like just people coming and going.
Like a boot or something?
Yeah. Roll me an perception. I almost said insight, but that's not what I need. All right. As you're looking at the footprints, you also, Reese and y'all step into the cave to look with you, and you notice that the footprints match the size of their shoes.
Okay, what about the the imprint? I'm assuming their boots are identical. Like if they would both step into the mud, it would leave identical like style boots.
Yeah, they're pretty flat there, so there's no detail on the bottom of them really.
Okay,
but size-wise and shape-wise, it seems to track.
All right, so at this point, I'm not gonna be hard confronty, but I'm like, Reese, you wouldn't have happened to stumble upon this place before, have you?
He's like, what do you mean?
I'm only like really targeting him and finding a way to do this because I know he has something that was very similar to the diamond I found, and I'm going to point out the old tracks that match, like his boot. I'm gonna ignore the fact that Neil's boot is the same, because I have a target in mind here,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't want to go about this in a threatening tone.
Okay.
But an honest, have you been here before? I'm just gonna point out that old boot track, kind of matches your boot.
And he looks at his shoe and he's like, I suppose, but they kind of match yours too.
It's fair.
I'd assume it's just people have been here and took it.
I mean,
And then
you're not wrong.
He's kind of eyeballing. He's like, "Why are you coming after me with this one?"
I mean, I just noticed your boot because you stepped in first.
He accepts it.
Did I have to roll against that?
No.
Okay.
Not that one.
And I want to reassure him that I don't mean anything because we're looking for clues or information. So I'm trying to get, if anything, I'm trying to get him to recall if he had been here and if he's seen anything prior.
Mm-hmm. He's like, no.
I don't want it to seem like I'm interrogating him.
Right, and he's like, no, I haven't been out here and I haven't seen anything. So
that's fair.
Perhaps we should head back to Julius and report.
That's probably for the better.
Okay, so you make your travel back to the village.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And Julius is coming out of the mayor's house already, so he's kind of meeting you, and he's got his little griffin bird on him. He's like, so I heard you slaughtered the kobolds, at least. And the villagers were coming in essentially right behind you, so you all kind of came back together.
Okay. More so. I mean, the villagers managed to pick one off by their own.
And he's like, yeah! Very proud of himself.
Yeah!
Yes! Anyway. That's when Julius is like, okay then, good job. I suppose, since we've done our job here, we're gonna head out tomorrow. Did you guys find their stuff? I heard stuff was stolen.
We found empty boxes. And one of the kobolds did have a diamond. I returned it to the owner.
He just kind of nods.
I gotta say though, he said there was several of them. He said there was 4 of them. We only found 1. I mean, that being said, a lot of the boxes were already empty anyway.
Maybe somebody beat us to them, so we couldn't get them back to them. It's kind of a shame.
Do you think we'd there seems to be a little bit more going on. Do you think we should stick around and maybe give them a hand? It doesn't look like they have much in terms of force.
He's like, I'll talk to the mayor and see if he wants us to stay, but if not, we do have other places we need to go help still.
And kind of nod. Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Okay.
Go ahead.
He's Julia says the house over here, and he's just gonna point towards this one here, is vacant, and he said we can stay there for the night being.
All right, good. Very kind of them to give us a place.
So he actually goes. Stop panning. He actually goes ahead and goes over there, and the rest of them also just like, yeah, I'm gonna go get some rest.
Okay.
Do you follow them?
I want to visit that wife and her husband.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they're hugging. They're happy. They're like, thank God you're okay. And
are they inside?
No, they're outside. And he's like, I killed the kobold.
I'm not to give a sense of urgency or maybe startle them. I just be like, can I speak to you inside? Briefly.
And it's like, oh, of course. So they let you in and give you a seat at the table and whatnot.
I would ask the wife to, if she could, maybe shut the blinds on the door just to make sure nobody's peeking. I won't say it like that, but the sun's still kind of bright outside. I'm tired. Do you think you could shut the blinds?
The wife and the husband kind of give each other a look like, this is weird, but we'll do it. So they do.
So as soon as she does, I'm gonna look the dude dead in the eyes and listen. I think there's something going on. You said you were missing 4 of these, and I'm gonna kind of reference to my pocket because I have it in my pocket. Until I can figure out exactly what's happening, I don't think it's safe to give this back to you. But I do intend to return it.
He's like, I understand. I don't know what's going on, but
I don't want to jump to conclusions and paint something out to be that's not there. Can you tell me anything about the diamonds? Is there anything unique about them? Any way to prove they go to a set?
There's not really anything unique about them, so I don't know. Or at least
Fair.
not from each other, I should say. The only difference, I suppose, is that we had them in a case. And the
I
case
think
would
I found
have
that. I think I found that in the storehouse.
Oh, okay. Well, there was 4 cases identical. They were separate.
Oh, okay. I say there's only one case in the storehouse, I believe,
That
right?
Yeah, and he's like, that
Okay.
actually makes sense. We didn't hide all of them in the same place because diamonds are one of our more valuables.
Makes sense. Okay. Not to kill the mess. I have to go piss. I'll be right back.
Okay, I'll just pause it. Okay, so you were in the house talking, whatnot.
In the house, he explained that there was 4 of them. They all had their own separate cases.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but yeah, other than that, I don't really know. I mean, we had a bunch of other stuff in there. We had weapons. We actually had some scepters that were interesting, but other than that, we had some gold bars, gold coins, and other than that, just some general valuables, really.
As soon as I have a solid idea of what I think is happening, I'll be back.
Okay.
In the meantime,
All right,
can I trouble? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. What did you need?
I was like, could I trouble? I just need a small piece of bread.
Oh, absolutely. And yeah, he just kind of points towards like the cupboard, and the wife goes and gets you one. She actually gives you half a loaf.
Perfect. I thank them kindly for it, and I drop like 3 gold coins at a table for their hospitality
Okay.
and their understanding.
It's like, thank you very much. I appreciate that. And as you're leaving, you notice that he goes over to a canvas and starts painting.
Okay. So I'd leave, and as I'm coming out, I'd start munching on the bread. Like,
I'm hungry.
and I'd walk over to the house they were offering me.
So
We were offered to stay in.
as you approach the house, not only do you notice that first of all the door's closed and the doors are closed, but the blinds are open, and you hear them like laughing in there, and not like a jolly laugh. It's like, and you hear and y'all go, "Yeah, these villagers are a bunch of fucking idiots."
That's gonna stop Castle dead in his fucking tracks.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he wants to be like, "Oh, I'm like, it's a mishearing," but it's kind of hard to think that when it was that clear.
Right. It's
So-
like that was pretty direct and pretty audible.
Pretty on point, yeah. I'm gonna wait
Okay.
to see if I can overhear anything else.
And you hear Corsh kind of giving a giggle too, and he's like, "Jesus, Reese, think Castle's gonna fucking come search your pockets or what?" And he's like, Reese is just like, "What was with the second burn out there in the cave? Oh yeah, your shoes match. Of course they fucking match. I was there earlier." But like, and that's when Julie says like, "You're not supposed to leave any tracks, you idiot."
So I'm going to continue munching on this bread and kind of walk in, munching on the bread.
Mm-hmm. They opened the door, and of course was like I was saying, they were already looted when we got there. And then he looks over, he's like, "Right, Castle?"
Yeah. Everything was gone out of the cave. Piece of bread. Including the storehouse. Here. Isn't that right? Reese.
And Reese is he glares at you with this like, "Oh fuck you" kind of look. Roll me a perception with advantage. Okay. At the corner of your eye, you see Neal giving him like a shut the fuck up kind of gesture.
Mm-hmm. When I searched the storehouse, I happened to find a little trap door, Red.
You're such an asshole.
It said trap door. It wasn't much. It was very shallow, but there was a little box. Inside the box was like a mold for some kind of piece of jewelry. Kind of like the one in your pocket.
Reese is looking at you like, what do you mean in my pocket?
Empty your pockets.
Okay. He stands up and flares them out. There's nothing in his pockets.
Can I take a glance around the room real quick to see if there's any kind of box?
Give me an investigation. Okay, good. So, Reese, Neal, and Korsh, they don't seem to be giving you any like weird expressions or anything. However, you notice that the chair Julius is sitting on has an actual base. It's not just legs. Mm-hmm. And you are actually able to tell that what he's like. There's a chest in there. Mm-hmm. Like it's like a hidden thing. You can see the creases that are not. They're not easy to see.
Right. Okay, so I'm gonna look at Elder Julius after eyeing the chair. I'm like, I've been pretty faithful to you, have I not? Speaking to him directly, ignoring everybody else.
Mm-hmm. He's just kind of like, what are you getting at, Castle?
I only ask that you be honest with me now. I've traveled with you a lot for a long time. There's something happening right now. Through the woods, I noticed Reese had a peculiar diamond in his pocket. He tried to hide it, but I seen it. It happened to match the one I gave the man back in the woods. He said there was 4 of them.
At this point, Julius is kind of giving you like a smirk. Go on.
What's in the chair?
He stands up and like swings the chair back and it opens a chest and it's full of like treasure, gems and shit. And he's like, well, this is our reward.
Reward? We don't take rewards.
Well, why would we deny them when they're...
We don't take rewards, especially when we've gone to get them back from something that stole them. What is happening right now?
At this point, the other 3 burst out into laughter. And they're like... And then Julius is just like, how do you think we afford everything we have? How do you think we afford this nice armor and these lovely weapons we have and all the food that we ever need? You think we just will it into existence?
Gonna like finish the bread, like the heel of it. Paladins don't get rewards. We're gifted things. So yeah, you could technically will them into existence by not being an asshole.
I don't like your tone, Castle.
That's fine. Because right now I'm not too sure I like your company. How long has this been going on? I have a feeling this isn't the first time you've all done this.
And at this point, while you're saying that, you notice that Julius has a text message. You notice that he's got a text message. Hello? Anyway, no, you notice that he has a necklace on that has straight up a ruby in it. Mm-hmm. And he's had that for a while now. Like, for like 3-4 years.
Okay.
And you're now putting the pieces together that he stole that. And that and he's like, he kind of like grabs it and he's like, a little while, I suppose. But,
okay.
You know, Castle, you could just take with us, I suppose. Do what we do, make it easier for everyone.
Kind of, Castle's fist kind of balls and he's clenching it pretty hard and he's like, okay, what about the oaths we all swore? There's a purpose for that.
All of them start laughing at you. And Julius is
My
like,
mouth
oaths!
Okay.
Oaths! Oh, he thinks we're serious about this. Oh, he thinks we're serious about this. Okay.
So you can't. Like, his mouth is shut. If you could see his teeth, they are 100% being pressed like very hard.
Mm-hmm. That's when Julius gets up and he's like, "You know what, Castle? I now cast you as Oathbroken. You are no longer a part of our company, and you may leave."
I want the other diamonds.
At
You
this,
have all that. Give me the diamonds.
At this point, all of them draw their weapons except for Julius.
Mhm.
And he's like, "We'll let you keep the one that you hid." No.
No, listen, I'm in an intense moment right now. You can't text me.
Just silence that real quick.
Give me a second. Knowing I'm very outnumbered at this point in time, Castle will grit his teeth, clench that fist a little harder, and he's like, "The sooner you leave, the better off this place will be." And he's just gonna leave. He's damned the group. He doesn't give a shit. He knows when he is a little outnumbered at this point. And yeah, I leave.
And they all give you a little ta-ta. I could see how much you hated that. You couldn't hide that on your face no matter how hard you tried. You were like, fuck that guy.
So at this point, when I leave, I will go to the exit more or less until I round the mayor's house.
Mm-hmm.
And not wanting to leave the village alone as it is, especially with the four of the fucks still here. I want to kind of can I make my way to the back of the couple's house?
Yep.
If possible.
Yep. You don't need to roll anything. They're not even paying attention.
Okay.
I think you left.
What's the time looking like right now?
It's
like
definitely getting like sundown, sunset.
Okay. Gonna rap on the door. On the back anyway.
Okay. And you inside the back window you can see that dude painting.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give him a solid rap at the back door.
Oh, yeah, okay, sorry, 1 sec.
No, you're good.
It's my mother. She's asking if I work tomorrow, and I'm like, no.
Mama, please. I do the DM thing, Mama. I do the... Not the mama!
Not the mom. God, I haven't seen that in forever.
Yo, for real.
Dinosaur.
It
was just
some dude randomly...
Right?
It was called Dinosaurs, and they all died at the end.
Yeah, because the ice... Was it the Ice Age? It was the Ice Age.
It was the Ice Age, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so you look into the window, you see him painting, and what did you say you do?
I want to knock at the back door.
He's like, nah. Like he thinks he heard something, but he didn't hear it.
Knock again. This
He's
time
like,
a little more, more oomph.
He's like, oh, honey, will you get the back door? And the wife comes around and like she peeks open. She's like, Castle, what are you doing?
So Castle looks very defeated right now.
Mm-hmm.
Not the little prideful spirit he put on prior. And he's gonna pull the gem out and hand it to the wife. He's like, I can't get back the other ones. It's a long story, but if I do anything now, it very well could cause trouble for this place, and I'm not willing to do that.
She doesn't fully understand, but she accepts your answer.
I also have a request. I need a place to just lay low for the night. I'll be gone in the morning.
Okay, we have a little shed out there in the trees. It's there, but it's not there. Anyway, you can hang out there. There's some blankets and stuff that you can throw down.
He kind of just takes what gold he has in his sack, or whatever that may be, and he just tosses it on their table and nods. Kind of just quietly walks back to that shack.
They're a bit taken aback by the gold. They're like, okay.
Yeah, at this point, he wants nothing to do with any kind of wealth or anything. None of it.
Okay, so you go
It,
into
it
the
feels
shack.
because he's had that money for a while traveling with them, and right now he feels like it's dirty.
Right. So inside the shack, there are the blankets, like they said. There's some tools. There's paint, and there is a work table. Clearly, he uses this to have keep his painting supplies and whatnot.
Mhm. Can I just roll a perception or investigation around, or
It'll be a
is there not
perception.
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Other than that, you mostly just find other painting supplies, and you do find that he's also got some very basic smithing supplies. Nothing crazy, but you could use it for something. It's probably how he made his sword.
Yeah. Okay. Uh,
I killed
so
the
when
kobold. Sorry.
I killed a kobold. So Castle will kind of just sit there, standing in the shed. He doesn't really do much after he looks around. He just kind of stands there, and as he looks down, he kind of sees the gauntlets of his armor and stuff, and with what was just revealed, he kind of the mill starts running. Where did this come from? Who did they steal it from? Or who did they kill for it? And he just takes it all off, and he throws it on the ground. And he grabs a smithing hammer, and he's about to start beating it. He takes all the gauntlet, boots, everything, and he's getting ready to absolutely just start mollywopping the armor, and kind of stops and a blind rage kind of just swings off to the side and hits some of the supplies and bust open a can of paint, and black paint just kind of smears all over it. And as he sees it happen, he absolutely just grabs and starts just disgracing the armor. Everything that was supposed to stand for is gone. And then restlessly he kind of just sits on the ground and tries to sleep.
All right. So as he tries to sleep for, I'd say,
Will I get a short rest?
Yeah.
No.
I'd say it's a short rest. Yeah.
How do I do a short rest?
There should be a button for it, I think, somewhere.
Short rest.
Okay. So after a short rest, you are actually woken up to the sounds of people screaming.
Okay. So, yeah, I'll jump to my feet. Kind of scurry to a nearby window.
All right. So you look outside and you see that a couple of the houses are now on fire.
Okay.
And you see people just running away. And as far as you can see, there's at least 2 dead people in front of the house.
So I'm gonna reach for the door, but if there is an attack or something happening, he, better to be equipped than naked, and kind of grudgingly, not really wanting to, but having no choice, he's gonna take that black paint slathered armor and he's gonna put it back on. He's gonna grab the hammer and kind of run out to the side of the houses.
All right. And stop that. Stop doing that. Why won't you pan? What the fuck is going on? This happened to me the other day. It was doing weird shit.
But it wouldn't ping?
Pan.
Oh, pan.
I'm gonna refresh this 1 sec.
Yep.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, that was weird. Alright, so you come around the corner and you see the mayor yelling, "No, no, 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 no!" And then as you do that, Reese comes around and stabs him in the heart.
Brother.
And as he does that, Reese reaches down and takes his jeweled necklace.
Alright. Castle would absolutely be gripping that hammer, almost on the verge of breaking it. But he's still kind of this, mixed with what happened earlier the evening. It's kind of taken a fatigue toll on him. So as much as he would like to sprint, he's kind of sluggishly moving forward.
So as you're sluggishly moving forward, and the house, the mayor's house is on fire, the other one is not.
Okay.
As you're coming through, Reese just sees you slowly coming through this cloud of smoke towards him.
Mm-hmm.
So all he really sees is your silhouette.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't even really recognize that it's you right away, but he sees the hammer. And he's like, he grabs his sword and he's like, got another one.
How thick is that smoke?
Thick enough to see your silhouette, but not make out any details, so it's pretty thick.
How close is the smoke to Reese? Like, what's the difference? The distance from like the smoke actually being on him.
So there, I'd say it's about a 5-foot gap where there's no smoke, and then past that is smoke.
Okay.
So if you got with melee range, you're out of the smoke, but out of melee range, you're still in the smoke.
Okay. So the more Castle would see Reese, the more that fatigue would wear off. And now, almost like a bloodlust, he would grip that hammer and he would absolutely sprint forward, that hammer like above his shoulder, in an attempt to bring it straight down on top of him.
This catches Reese off guard. I want you to roll for hit with 3 times advantage.
Holy shit. How do I do that?
Just do roll with advantage and then a 3rd time.
Okay. Hit button. There it is. Advantage.
If you happen to roll a net 20, we're just gonna... Okay, roll one more time.
Advantage.
Okay. I want you to roll your damage twice.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Roll damage twice. So, 1. 2.
Okay.
Fuck.
So you come flying out of this smoke, and you take a full, like, roundhouse swing at Reese's head, and it pops.
Oh!
You killed him outright. Korsh was right here to your right, and he looks over and he just sees Reese's body fall over while the flames come off of the mayor's house, slightly silhouetting you, but he sees you just with this bloodied ass hammer looking up at him.
Oh, sweet Jesus. Oh, that was cinema. Fucking cinema.
So you're like right here now. And Korsh is like, Neal, get over here.
At this point, Castle's teeth are absolutely shown now, and it's almost like a beast. They're clamped together so tight, it's like I have lockjaw. But they're clear as day, and I'm just like zeroed in on Korsh. So unless anything's gonna stop me, the repeat of what's gonna happen is going to happen.
Roll with 3 times advantage again if you're gonna attack him.
Jesus Christ. Almost. Jesus Christ.
Holy shit. All right, go roll 2 times damage.
The second one didn't roll, or did it?
No, it did not.
Did it roll? No. Okay. 1 second.
Sorry, 1 sec. Nah, whatever, good enough.
Damn
okay.
Music.
Yeah, it wasn't doing what I wanted it to do. Okay. So you come and take a swing at him and to swipe it downwards. He blocks it with his axe, but it did hit him on the top of the head enough to start making him bleed.
Okay.
Neal comes up behind him, like underneath him, and tries to stab you with his rapier.
Yep.
It hits, so let me roll his damage.
Yeah, go for it.
Dice.
Oh, my short rest didn't heal me. Did short rest not heal you?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
All right, so he stabs you through the side for 11.
Solid.
However, this doesn't even phase you. You are too angry.
So at this point, I want to kind of, since my hammer is kind of resting forward, I want to grab the top of it and the bottom of it and kind of put it behind Korsh's head, kind of ignoring Neal. And if I can get him locked like that, I just want to start headbutting him like uncontrollably.
Oh my god! All right, roll me in athletics. Roll it with advantage.
Oh.
Yeah, so just
Gosh,
roll one more time.
okay.
Yep. All right.
18.
You beat him. So you get that around him, and I just want you to roll. Yeah, just roll your damage. You just do it with the hammer. Do the one-handed one.
Okay.
Roll it twice though. Actually, how many times you headbutting him?
I was gonna headbutt him 4 times.
Roll it 4 times. So you headbutt him 4 times, and on the 3rd time, you hear his skull crack.
Oh.
And he goes down and onto one knee, and you hit him 1 more time, and it doesn't like pop him or anything, but your blood splurts up onto your face and onto your horns.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
At this point, Neil's trying to like pull his rapier out, and your movement's kind of making it hard for him to do that. Korsh falls onto his back. He's either knocked out or dead.
Unconscious. Okay. So with that, I'm just gonna like turn and look at Neil. Like blood splattered on my face, fucking fangs of bear. Can I grab him by the back, like his hair, because he's still low, right?
Roll me a sleight of hand.
With
advantage.
With advantage, because I ain't got no dexterity. God damn!
All right, what are you doing to him?
I'm going to start kneeing him in the face.
Roll 4 damages, I suppose. Yikes. Describe your kill.
So, as I kind of grip him by his hair, since this is the smug, posh one of the group, I'm gonna kind of just pull him close, my like blood splattered face like an inch from his, and be like, it'd be a shame if something happened to that pretty face of yours, and just repeatedly just knees, and that's armor. That's armor. So he's getting plated knees to his face, and before he actually dies from that, so right now he's like disfigured.
Yep.
I'm gonna pull that rapier out. I'm going to hold it above his head and then just take the hammer and go.
Oh my god!
Pin him to the ground.
So his body is pinned upright on his knees with the rapier holding his corpse in place.
And like with the 3 of them, well, 2 of them and the other one kind of like unconscious, I'm going to like look at him to see if he's still breathing.
He's barely breathing. He's kind of like reaching up to you. He's like, "You'll never get away with this."
When I grab him by his throat and drag him to the Bernie Mayor's house and just throw him against the wall, and hopefully he kind of like stiffens up against the wall and doesn't collapse. If he collapses, it doesn't matter. I'll pull a golf move. I'm taking that hammer and smashing his head against the wall.
Okay. And his head explodes basically, and he is gone.
Pudding. And then frantically, I will scour around what I can see, and if I don't see him, I'm going to absolutely scream for Julius.
So you don't see him, but he does come out of the smoke towards you from over here, actually.
Okay.
And he's like, "How dare you?"
I'm just gonna be, again, fangs a bear, teeth clenched, hammer gripped. And you said there were dead people. Do I see the family, the husband and wife, anywhere?
It is not them, it's someone else. So you don't see their bodies anywhere.
Okay. I'm just gonna look at him and be like, you could have been better. You could have given them everything they needed. You chose the selfish route, parading around as a paladin. You disgust me.
We could have had it all, Castle. We could have had the whole world in our hands.
That's not what I'm about.
Clearly. So what are you gonna do
You know,
about it?
the fire flickering on Castle's face.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna just kind of like the talking you two gave, the group of you gave me a few hours ago, made me realize that maybe the oath of a paladin isn't necessary, or maybe it's not necessarily my path. I try to devote myself to helping people, to the greater good, and I was manipulated. Maybe my path is something a little different. And then he's just kind of start eyeing the three bodies. Maybe something a little more pleasurable. You used these people, you manipulated these people. They couldn't do anything to stop you. Maybe the Oath of Devotion isn't my path. Maybe my path lies in the Oath of Vengeance.
Ooh, dark. I kind of like it. And he's like eyeballing you, he was like, I think that suits you just fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna sprint at him and take a swing.
And when you do, you swing right through him as if he's a phantom.
Bitch.
Yeah, also, one thing you notice just now is that the bird's not on his shoulder. After you took that swing, you looked at him, the bird's not on his shoulder, and he's just like, you disappoint me. And then the phantom disappears, and he's gone.
Kind of extremely frustrated at this point. Castle will absolutely just start decimating the dude's body that's against that wall. And he's just gonna start teeing off on the body.
Jesus. Bonk, bonk, bonk. You know what?
Absolutely.
Roll some more damage for me. Fuck it.
Oh my fucking Christ. I'll do 4 since that seems to be my
That seems to be your number.
party.
Yeah? So you walk up to the dude's body and you're like, you know what? I'm not done with you yet. And
I'm going to keep swinging until Castle will keep swinging until he's absolutely exhausted and can't lift that hammer anymore.
the dude's basically pace, like aside from like his hands and maybe feet.
Some bone laying around somewhere.
Something like that. Something's there, but it's indiscernible at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, well, you two take some time to search for Julius. I'd say you took about 6 months or so. You're unable to find him, and during your search, you hear about opportunity and war, actually, in a land to the west of you, called the Crescent Lands. And you were offered by a charter ship captain.
Mm-hmm.
He sees you and a few other people. He's offering rewards to help the king of the western side of the Crescent Lands to come help find something. Do you accept?
Well, as I epically am not facing the man offering me anything, I will turn and accept with the backhead, my brain ticking that, yeah, I'll accept. Maybe I'll find Julius. And my armor's all scruffed up and it looks like there's a skull ripped through the black paint. The Punisher.
And then, for some reason, one from Metallica starts playing. It's kind of weird, Yeah, no one knows where it's coming from. It just kind of happened.
Oh, God. Oh, God, I was choked. A little bit with my nose. A little bit with my nose. Ooh.
A little bit of my nose. It went in my nose.
Oh, God. But Castle would accept with the mindset that maybe he'll run into Julius. Oh, Jesus Christ.
I had to do it. You definitely
I should have done that when I was beating his body against the wall.
I'm gonna say that you did. The lore says you did.
I gruntedly screamed as I beat his body to paste. God.
All right, so you Now you remember going to the Crescent Lands. I had to do it. I'm sorry. You remember
No,
going to
it was
the
fine. It was
Crescent
great.
Lands, and you remember going through the little quest with Raver Civ, and the white that you saw is now becoming more clear. You are looking up at the sky. It's still blurry. It's still, kind of hard to tell what's
Shredded
going
armor,
on.
laying in a hole.
You kind of feel yourself a little bit, and you can feel the armor is like beaten and brittle, and you kind of just plop back out all spread eagle and shit. And you tilt your head back, and you see the most peculiar thing coming towards you. You see a stone golem walking your way.
Oh my god.
And that is where we will end our session.
Cinema.
Cinema.
That was great. I love that.
I'm glad you liked it.
Well
Dan.
done. Well done taking my little skeletal thing and actually making a meaty
Meat.
story out of it. That was pretty good.
I told you I like the meat.
Mm.